This is another edition of My Burbank News. On June 1st, 2024, the Burbank Chamber of Commerce held their annual Chamber Excellence Awards. The event was held at the world-famous Nickelodeon Animation Studio Creative Campus in Burbank. The following is the presentations to all the honorees, along with their remarks.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nickelodeon! How awesome is this event? Please tell me that you have all tasted the amazing food and beverage that we have.
Get on it.
There we go. All right. So, I want everyone to give it up for Nickelodeon. Come on. How awesome is this?
You're just writing that in the comments, right?
Here we go. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the third annual Chamber Excellence Awards. I am Jamie Keyser, the CEO of the Burbank Chamber of Commerce. And this event was created to celebrate small businesses and community heroes who go above and beyond to support Burbank. Tonight, we are here celebrating 6 amazing honorees. Small Business of the Year, Tequilas, Cantina and Grill. Emerging Small Business of the Year, College Help Squad. Community Impact Award. And who has amazing buntlets and buntinis? Nothing Bundt Cakes. Our Chamber Ambassador of the Year, Miss Cheryl Fox. And a special part of the city recognition for the Burbank YMCA, who is celebrating their centennial. But also, we have Burbank Temporary Aid Center celebrating their 50th anniversary. You will hear more about each of these inspiring honorees in a moment.
Hello, hi everybody. Yes, I'm Justin Worsham, the poor man's Fritz Coleman, as we're now calling me in the community. Fritz was going to be here, but he had to do a ribbon cutting for a chicken coop in Toluca Lake, so we'll miss him dearly. I'm going to get this thing going. We have, round of applause if you were here for last year's Excellence Awards. All right, good. We're having the new fruit toast rule. That means that you get 2 minutes. You get 2 minutes. And then you get fruit toast. And what that means is former Mayor Telemontes, I think I saw you. Can you wave your hand? See, he's right there. When he stands up and starts walking toward the stage, it's getting real and you need to wrap it up and move on, okay? We're all getting out of here before 10 o'clock, all right? Thank you, former Mayor, for being a good sport. Appreciate you. All right, I'm gonna bring up our first presenter, who is the hottest member of our board of directors at the Chamber of Commerce. Not Kevin McCartney. No, not Kevin. Spicy hot, spicy hot. Gemma Sanchez, everybody. Give it up for Gemma Sanchez.
Hi, everyone. I'm Gemma Sanchez, and I'm one of the directors on the board of directors. Sorry, I'm getting a little taken by the spice joke. I want to welcome you and thank you all for being here tonight. This year, the Small Business of the Year Award recognizes Tequilas, Cantina, and Grill. The Rivera family has owned Tequilas Cantina and Grill, also known as Tequilas Burbank, for 13 years. Carlos and Patricia Rivera oversee its administration and management, and Carlos' father, El Jefe, contributes significantly to the restaurant's daily aesthetics and overall upkeep, while General Manager Juan Vasquez is responsible for the day-to-day operations. The Riveras have been involved in various business ventures in Burbank since 2011, including the former Retro Dairy Mart and the Hangar Grill restaurant. Currently, they are partners with Lynette Romero, David Angulo, and Mark Kreiner at the Morrison Burbank. Recently, they opened Blazing Hot Chicken in partnership with David and Lynette. The Riveras own a real estate investment company that engages in home remodeling and flipping projects. Tequilas is truly a labor of love. The Riveras demonstrate equal love and dedication to the Burbank community. Tequilas is known for organizing various fundraisers that support local schools in the Burbank Unified School District, along with organizations like the Burbank Tournament of Roses Association and Bridging Community Resources. The Riveras have proudly cultivated community partnerships that assist, enrich Burbank, and hold a special place in their hearts. The first is the annual toy drive that began in 2012. In 2020, they partnered with Albert Hernandez, CEO of Home Again LA. The toy drive efforts were expanded 3 years ago through collaboration with the Burbank Chamber of Commerce and aims to support the children served by HALA. The second project is the annual cancer awareness event that started in 2016. This effort was also expanded in collaboration with Ashley Erickson, community activist and friend. The event's proceeds support the Providence Roy and Patricia Disney Family Cancer Center. Angela Grudadjian worked with Tequilas to establish a donation link, allowing supporters to contribute directly to the hospital year-round. The goals are to raise funds and to encourage the community to be proactive in their health as it pertains to cancer. Ross Benson from Burbank, myburbank.com, has provided a forum to reach community at large. Thank you, Diana. Before entering the restaurant industry, Carlos operated a vending company and a building supply company. Patricia holds a master's degree in social work and retired from the California Youth Authority. She has served as a civil service commissioner under former Mayor Richard Bearden and has a rich history of community involvement in the San Fernando Valley. Some of her activities included organizing toy and food drives, volunteering for political campaigns, and establishing a former nonprofit, Opportunity Through Education. And on a personal note, I am blessed to have Patricia as one of my soul sisters. On behalf of the Burbank Chamber of Commerce, I am honored to present Tequilas with a Small Business of the Year Award. Please put your hands together in congratulating Patricia and Carlos Rivera.
Thank you, Hema, for that lovely introduction. Good evening, everyone. My name is Carlos, and this is my beautiful wife, Patricia. We want to thank Jamie and the board of directors for tonight's award. We are fortunate to have my father and some of our family members present. A special recognition goes out to Juan, our general manager, and Lupe, his wife. We're also blessed with the presence of many of our friends. And with that, I pass the mic to my wife.
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to actually read what I wrote because I just want to stay focused. And with that being said, I'm going to share a bit of the Tequilas story. The businesses, as Hema highlighted, are part of our wonderful journey in Burbank. Tequilas has always held a special place in our hearts as it brings back fond memories of our families. Our restaurant connection is rooted in our family's history. Carlos's uncle owns restaurants, and my parents owned a restaurant. From a young age, we understood that the work at a restaurant never truly ends. In fact, I remember my mother advising me to pursue my education so I wouldn't endure a lifetime in the restaurant business. Her words left an everlasting impression. I focused on my education and spent most of my adult life away from the restaurant industry. Although I tried not to be like my mother, life humorously put me on the same path. And I am proud to say I have become my mother. So I had my life planned, and then all of a sudden I met Carlos, and everything changed. When we first met, he shared his dream of opening a restaurant. At the time, he was studying culinary arts and learning the business aspect of a restaurant. A few months later, Carlos was excited to show us and his dad, including his dad, this little restaurant called Tequilas Bar and Grill. It was located at the outskirts of Burbank. He discussed the potential he saw in Tequilas. Before we knew it, it was all hands on deck with the remodel, and we were fully invested in the restaurant business. In 2011, we started with 6 employees and currently have 25. We have a 97% retention rate. The 3% remaining are positions such as a host that is filled by students, and therefore, they're in and out. Tequilas is truly a family effort, with Carlos handling the business aspect, Erica, his daughter, helping with the banking, and our jefe serving as a cornerstone and leader. Our jefe's influence is evident throughout Tequilas, as well as all the other business ventures. Anywhere you look, you will see El Jefe's imprint. He arrives daily at Tequilas by 6:30. He starts his day by checking Juan's notes to see what needs to be repaired. He plants flowers, paints, and builds. However, the most important part of his daily routine is awaiting his son's arrival to greet him and say, "Buenos dias, mijo." Good morning, son. That moment goes beyond the restaurant. It is a father and son bonding moment. In our family, we not only rely on each other, but we place great trust in our tequila familia. We rely heavily on our dedicated staff. We place our complete trust in Juan, our manager, who has over 45 years experience in the restaurant business. He spent 38 years with El Chorito. Juan works 6 days a week and pops in on his day off to ensure everything is running smoothly. We are grateful to Juan's wife, Lupe, for her understanding of his demanding schedule. We appreciate the Burbank community for embracing us because customers play a vital role in any business. Our customers are the heart of Tequila's existence. Without our customers, Tequila's would not exist. Seeing familiar faces return and creating lasting memories truly warms our hearts. The fondest memories are created while gathered around the food table and, of course, with the margarita. When getting to know some customers, personal bonds are established and transformed into long-term friendships, such as the Sanchez, the Molins, the Frutos, Ros Benson, Calamantes. I could go on. We are truly, truly blessed. We often humorously refer to Tequilas as our playground, where we engage in enjoyable activities such as fundraisers and hosting tequila tastings. Certain dishes and cocktails at Tequilas will always be remembered, such as our ceviche, sizzling fajitas, and signature mega margaritas. To conclude, however, if there is one remembrance, well, actually two, that we would like you all to remember about Tequilas, they are the two as follows. The first is our strong dedication to the community through our annual toy drive. And the second, of course, is our unwavering support for cancer awareness. Thank you.
I'm here tonight to present Cynthia Wagner, and I hope she didn't make a mistake asking me to be up here, but we're going to find out very quickly. But it's actually Cynthia and the College Help Squad that we're honoring tonight. They've been honored with the award for the Emerging Small Business of the Year, and rightfully so. A bit of history. Cynthia and I first met when I was on the Park and Recreation Board, and she was a contract worker for the Starlight Bowl doing various and sundry things. She says it was a lifetime ago. It was actually only 10 to 12 years. I think we actually knew each other before then, because years before that, Karen and I were involved in Burbank on Parade, and I think Cynthia and her family were involved in Burbank on Parade as well, but neither one of us remembers that time, so I don't know what was going on there. She describes her pivotal moment in her life when she was going through Leadership Burbank in 2017, and that was my plug for Leadership Burbank, by the way. And decided she wanted to do something more meaningful and rewarding, and she was burned out on public relations, social media, news releases. We're all burned out on social media, I know that, but it's important. Please read it because I advertise on it. And she'd been helping her son Connor go through the college process and had an aha moment. She loved helping her son through the process, and I'll bet if we polled everybody here, there are so many people at this event who thought to themselves at one time or another, oh, I have a great idea that no one else has had. Or thought they could do something that nobody else did as well. Well, Cynthia did it, and she did it well. And I would be remiss if I didn't leave out her partner, Carrie Sullivan, who is here with us tonight as well. And I'm sorry, when I wrote this, I didn't know Carrie was going to be here. So, pardon me, Carrie. So she started out as a college planner working for another company, learning the ins and outs of the college planning business. And then COVID struck. Now, nobody had a change in their life when COVID struck, I know that. But it was a perfect opportunity for her to go out on her own, and she met and partnered with Carrie at that time. And Carrie had master's degrees in educational counseling and special education, and 25 years experience as a college admission and high school counselor. So this was a perfect match. So Carrie worked with the students, and Cynthia became the face of College Help Squad out here. Carrie lives in Connecticut, so it was difficult for her to be here, but out here when it's necessary for her to be here to help with counseling and major projects. Cynthia learned quickly how to network, and also she grew up knowing that giving back to the community was something important for everybody. Her family had taught her that. We know that. She joined Burbank Noon Rotary, where she's held several board positions, most important as the youth chair, helping kids, of course. And she'll be president of Burbank Noon Rotary in the 2025 and 2026 year. And yes, she raised her hand and said, I want to do that, which was tremendous. She also became an advisory board member on the National Academy Foundation. And later, I suggested she become an affiliate of the Burbank Association of Realtors. And she did that and wound up becoming the scholarship chair. Imagine that, someone with all that college knowledge becoming the scholarship chair. Hold on. I got it. So, Cynthia is also an ambassador of the Chamber of Commerce. She's now the president of that advisory board of the NAF, the National Academy Foundation. She's the holiday gift basket food chair at the Burbank Coordinating Council and a sustaining member of the National Charity League. She's busy. So I have to tell one story. Cynthia and I participated in the National Academy Foundation career fair called CTE. And so I was recruiting for a real estate company that I previously was a member of. And she, of course, was recruiting for her college business. So we frequently had tables next to each other, and I think she set that up for us because she knew somebody and was able to do that. So I figured I'd have someone to talk to. Well, I didn't have anybody to talk to. So I normally got to speak to 5 or 6 students in that 3-hour period. She was surrounded by 300 to 400. So, oh yeah, of the 5 to 6 students, 4 or 5 of them came to talk to me because they were trying to get to Cynthia and they had nothing else to do while they waited to get to her. So they figured, well, we'll look at this old guy a minute of our time. And they just waited to sneak in to speak to Cynthia. So she got all the attention because they knew what she could do. They had no idea what I could do. And guess what? I couldn't do anything that she could do. So Cynthia grew up in Burbank. Her parents, Jim and Mary Lou Wagner. Many of you know her family. Her brother's a pitching coach in Santa Clarita. Tonight, she's joined by her husband, Joseph, along with her son, Connor, who graduated from Purdue University, the university she helped him get into, who he now works for NBC Universal in human resources. She's also joined by their daughter, Paige, who works for the Chamber of Commerce, who you all know, and also attends Pasadena City College in preparation for her next step, where she hopes to go to university in New York and study marketing and journalism. What a great city. She's also joined by our partner, Carrie. Carrie, raise your hand. Carrie came out from Connecticut for this event. I'll leave you with this. Cynthia and Carrie have been very carefully growing their business in Southern California, this local area primarily. I've had the opportunity to watch for the short time they've been in business, and just listening to some of the students and the parents talk about them, I can tell you they've done most things right, and they're on a great track. Cynthia tells me they're ready to branch out a bit, and I bet on them because their business I've watched is just fabulous, and they do great things for those kids who need help. Getting into university is not so easy anymore. They've given them a great amount of help. Everybody I speak to raves about them. So congratulations to Cynthia and Carrie and the College Help Squad.
Thank you so much for sharing our story and for sharing your insight. Honestly, Barry has helped me figure out some steps in this journey and in the networking world. And I am so appreciative for his insight, guidance, and actually his honesty. Thank you, Barry. I would like to thank the Chamber, Jamie, Yolanda, Anita, and Paige, who worked so hard to make this chamber sustainable. And it's a growing chamber. Just understand that, folks. This chamber is doing fantastic compared to others that we're a part of. I would also like to thank the Chamber Board and ambassadors for your countless hours of volunteer time to make the chamber successful and an amazing networking group that I'm so proud to be a part of. I'm happy to introduce Carrie Sullivan. She's my business partner. She's the co-founder and she's the college counselor of College Help Squad. I'm really just the face and I'm out there talking to people, but she's the one that meets with the kids every day, 4 or 5 hours with kids, 4 or 5 hours with parents. So she's the hardworking one. I have the easy ones. I go to lunches and dinners. So I'm so thankful for her. I'm lucky that we joined forces to develop this business together. She guides the students every day. They lean on her, they trust her, and they respect her, which is amazing. I love our kids, our students. She is the key to our business, and without Carrie, College Help Squad would not exist. Thank you so much for your time this evening, and enjoy the rest of the night.
Good evening and welcome. Some of you probably know me, but for those that don't, I am the former membership director for the Burbank Chamber of Commerce, and I feel very honored to have been asked to present this award to Bonnie and Jeff Abel, owners of Nothing Bundt Cakes, now here in Burbank. All right. I remember meeting Jeff one day as he came knocking on the chamber door with a ton of Buntinis in his arms. Usually, we screen the people that come unannounced, but how could I say no? I opened the door, and After all, he was bearing the best kind of gifts. From that point on, Jeff and Bonnie have gone above and beyond to help the community of Glendale, where their first store was located, as well as Burbank and other communities. They're always giving back in any way they can. As you can see them every weekend at the Burbank Cultural Market in Burbank, among other community events in our great city and beyond. They have always been the kind of people who ask, "What do you need?" Our State of the City centerpieces have been from nothing but cakes for the last 2 years, and we have been requested by our attendees to never change them out. So this year, Nothing But Cakes opened their first store in Burbank, and to that we are grateful and beyond excited. We can't think of a more deserving business and couple to receive this Community Impact Award. So please put your hands together and welcome Jeff and Bonnie Abel to the stage for the second.
But I'd like to thank the Chamber, thank Leslie, thank everybody here. Without you guys, we have no customers, so thank you, thank you. This all started about 9 years ago when the heart and soul of our company, my wife Bonnie, decided one day to come home from work and tell me she quit her job. Then a week later, she said, "Oh, I met this lady at this bakery. Guess what? We're buying a bakery." So yeah, it's a history from there, 9 years of joy. We love what we do. We really do believe that our business allows us to bring joy to everyone, and it really allows us to give back. And we love the communities we're a part of. Burbank has been amazing from the day we opened Glendale. The Chamber's been, come here, come here. People in Burbank are like, come here, you need to come here. So we're here now, and it's amazing. And I don't know how you guys do it, because you're a big city. You're like the Hollywood of everything, yet everybody knows everyone. You all act like it's a little town. So we love it. My mom and grandmother are from here, so I have lots of memories of going to the Bob's Big Boy on Saturdays. But that's really it. Did you want to add anything?
No, I just want to thank everybody in the community and also the board of directors and, of course, the chamber members.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
As a recipient of the 2023 Burbank Chamber Ambassador of the Year, it is my honor to, okay, he's a little taller than me. Sorry. It's my honor for 2024 to recognize this year's award recipient, Cheryl Fox. So when I first joined the Chamber back in 2019, I attended many of the mixers, still trying to find out what the Chamber was about and everything they did. I remember meeting Cheryl, a warm, caring, supportive person who helped welcome me into the Chamber with open arms and who always had a smile on her face. Cheryl has been part of the Burbank Chamber of Commerce for many years, and she's been a proud ambassador since 2013. She's one of the first to volunteer and help with making all our events successful, including this one, through organizing, setup, cleanup, gathering donation items, making baskets, and doing anything that is needed for the Burbank Chamber. She loves meeting new people and loves to introduce them to other people that could benefit and help their businesses. Cheryl has been with her husband, for 41 years. She's a proud mom of son Tyler, who is a biomedical technician in the Air Force. And her daughter Raquel, a recent high school graduate, will be attending Northeastern University in Boston. Cheryl has been in the business world for over 25 years in Burbank. Her first business was Hollywood Piano, where she was the CEO and part owner. Her passion the last 6 years has been to bring Wall Street to Main Street. She currently works under Experior Financial Group, where her mission is no family should be left behind. She shows people how to have guarantees, outpatient inflation to have safety and income for life so you don't outlive your money. Many of you might not know that she had a stroke in March, so she has not been able to be as active in events this year, but she is making an amazing recovery, and we all are so happy she could be here with us tonight. Cheryl loves helping others, and it is my pleasure to present the 2024 Burbank Chamber Ambassador of the Year to Cheryl Fox.
It's an honor. Please excuse my voice. This is how I can talk right now. But it's an honor to be awarded this award. And I want to also thank all the other ambassadors, because this is a team effort and we love working together, making all these events wonderful. I also want to acknowledge my daughter Raquel, who has helped with setup and cleanup on all these big events. And she has become an expert basket maker. I wish my son Tyler could be here, but he is in the Air Force, currently at San Antonio, Mexico. I can't even talk. San Antonio, excuse me. And his girlfriend Jillian is here to represent him. Woo! And I am just so proud to be the mother of Raquel and Tyler, who are great people who want to make a difference in this world. And I am very happy to say that I'm with the love of my life, my whole life, and I couldn't ask for anything better to be by my side. He's a wonderful father and my best friend. And I have to say, 11 years of being an ambassador, having Jamie, I don't know where you are, Jamie at the helm, has made this chamber stronger and better than ever before. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful evening.
It's my honor to recognize the Burbank YMCA for their outstanding contributions to our community. I came to you tonight wearing a couple hats. I have the privilege of serving on the YMCA's board of directors for over a year now, giving me a behind-the-scenes look at the incredible work the YMCA does. Additionally, as a former employee of the Burbank Chamber, I've witnessed the profound impact the Burbank Y has had on the entire community. The Burbank YMCA has been a cornerstone in our town, dedicated to promoting healthy living, youth development, and social responsibility. Over the past century, the Burbank YMCA has played a pivotal role for countless youth, families, and young adults to learn, grow, and thrive together. This year, the Burbank Y is celebrating their 100th year anniversary, serving as the heart of a vibrant community. If you simply consider everything that's happened in the past 5 years, including a global pandemic, that was fun, you'll see how a really amazing an achievement it is to be around for 100 years. As the leading voice of health and well-being for all, the Burbank Y provides essential programs and resources through its healthy living, youth development, and social impact programs, serving over 12,000 individuals and families every single year. So this time I'd like to take a quick moment to extend a special acknowledgement to longtime YMCA CEO Mary Catone, who couldn't join us tonight. For those of you who may not know, Mary recently faced a medical emergency and is currently recuperating at home. The YMCA stands here today thanks to everything that she's done, her remarkable vision and leadership. So I send my best, and everyone please send all your love and prayers to Mary. In Mary's absence, an incredibly generous individual stepped up without hesitation. Sam Kim, the interim CEO of the YMCA and former YMCA board chair, has gracefully navigated so many unforeseen challenges on behalf of the Burbank Y. Tonight, we celebrate him, Mary, and the entire Y family. We celebrate not only what the YMCA has accomplished, but also what they will achieve in the future. Please join me in applauding their dedication and hard work. Congratulations to the Burbank YMCA on their 100th year anniversary, and it's an honor to present to them the Heart of the City recognition. Here's to another century of making a difference in our community.
Good evening, I'm Sam Kim, interim CEO of the Burbank YMCA. I want to start by saying thank you to the Chamber of Commerce, Jamie Keyser, the Board of Directors, and the ambassadors for making this evening possible and for recognizing the YMCA. I also want to thank the fellow honorees. I'm delighted to be standing among you. I also have to thank the Y representatives that are with us this evening, our Director of Operations, Stephen Francisco, our Chair, Chris Weber, and all the Board of Directors. Can't do it without you. Hope that you will indulge me at the end of my talk and just come up and take the picture with me. To all of you that made this evening possible, thank you. I'm going to share a story, then some remarks about leading the YMCA during this time, and then I'll finish up that story. Is that okay with all of you? All right. So I have two boys, and when they were much younger, sometimes one of them would grab out of the refrigerator a jar of raspberry jam. And because he was young, he couldn't open it. The lid was stuck. And so he'd ask, "Dad, can you open this for us?" And of course I said, with a lot of confidence, "Sure I can." Took the jar, gave it a firm grip and a twist, but I couldn't open it, at least at first try. So I would tap it on the countertop to loosen the lid, right? Give it another try, still couldn't open the jar. I tried other methods, long story short. By the end, I was twisting that thing so hard, my hand was sore and my neck was sore. And then I think you know what's happening. My wife comes along. "What's going on?" "Daddy can't open the jar of jam for us." "Give it over to me." She takes the jar with one firm twist, opens the damn jar of jam. She shows up at the end, gets all the praise and recognition. When the truth is, I loosened the jar. It was my time, my energy, my effort that set her up for that recognition and success. What does that have to do with this evening in the YMCA? I share that story because the YMCA has been around for 100 years, serving the community of Burbank. I was appointed as interim CEO about 2 months ago. Yet here I am, getting all the praise and recognition. I simply showed up and opened the bottle of jam. When the truth is, countless employees, volunteers, and directors have been working hard for the Y for a century. It has been their effort, their dedication, their service that set us up for this evening. There are too many people to mention by name, but I have to mention one that Taylor has already mentioned, Mary Catone. Mary began her career at the Y in 2009 as a director of the CDC, and then CEO, and most recently COO, and then most recently CEO. Allow me to quote Mary when she was appointed as CEO. She said about the Y in 2016, "It is a privilege to be a part of the Burbank Y, which has been at the heart of our community since 1924, providing programs that help us all become stronger in body, spirit, and mind." This is a celebration for Mary and all those who have contributed to the Y's enduring service and leadership for the last 100 years. And now, as I mentioned, I want to finish up my story about my sons and the bottle of jam. So my boys are now 15 and 16 years old. They don't need my help to open a bottle of jam. But I hope that they did learn a lesson from our experience when my wife opened it, and I struggled. That lesson is simple, but I believe profound for all of us here. I hope that they would look back and remember that at one point they needed help. That at one point they needed the support of others to get something done. And I hope that they learn that we need each other. It doesn't matter who gets the recognition. The one who loosened the lid like I did? Or the one who popped it open? We need each other because together we're better, which is what this evening is all about. Recognizing those who've been around for 100 years and those who are just emerging, to position ourselves for a brighter future together. Celebrating who we are as a community and insisting on a better Burbank for tomorrow. Thank you. It's an honor to be with you.
The Burbank Temporary Aid Center, I believe, is just one of the absolute beating hearts of this amazing city. For the past 50 years, that's 50, our doors have been open and we've helped literally thousands of families who need help. And unlike the YMCA, people don't want to come to us. They need to come to us. And that's an unfortunate reality, but the need is great. So the only other thing I want to do tonight is to thank so many of you out there, because I know so many of you provide funds and support to BTAC over the years. So we appreciate that. We don't take it lightly. We absolutely spend your money very wisely and make it stretch for our clients. So thank you, and thank you to the Chamber for this wonderful award. And with that, I would like to invite to accept the award the incomparable Nancy Corp and Barbara. So Nancy's been on our board for what, like 20 years? She's forever. That's a quote. Wonderful, for forever, wonderful years. And Barbara Howell, who is our CEO. Lee.
Thank you to the Chamber for recognizing VTAC and to all of the Burbank community for what they do to make Burbank the great place that we live in. And Barbara's going to say a couple words.
I left my remarks in the car, so that could be good or bad, I'm not sure. But the first thing I'd like to do is thank the Chamber of Commerce. What a wonderful organization. When I started working for BTAC 20 years ago, one of our board members, Michael Walbrecht, said, oh, you have to go to the chamber events. You have to go to the chamber luncheon. And I'd worked in multiple states and multiple cities, and the chamber just never did anything for me. And I never felt involved. But from the moment I showed up at that first luncheon, I realized what a different organization this Burbank Chamber of Commerce was. And it has helped me as a new executive director in the community. It helped me integrate into the community so much more quickly. And I felt the support for me and for Burbank Temporary Aid Center from the Chamber for these past 20 years. And I know that as I look around at everyone who's attending tonight, that I don't know that there's anyone here that hasn't in some way been involved with supporting BTAC, whether it's a food drive, making a cash donation, volunteering inside. It doesn't, I think everyone here has in some way touched Burbank Temporary Aid Center. 50 years ago, a group of interested community members responded to the Ministerial Association's request that there needed to be a place where they could have consolidated services for people who needed food. And so the Ministerial Association, who was led by Larry Stamper at the time, had this vision, and BTAC came to life thanks to their hard work and their vision. We hope that we have another 50 years in this community. But the thing I would like most is that if we wouldn't, because that would mean there were people out there who were in need. Everyone would have the food that they needed. They would be able to pay their rent. They would be able to take care of their families in the way that they need to. Do I think that's a realistic expectation? No. But I know that through the people in this audience here tonight, and for the people in this Burbank community, that is such a tight-knit community, and it cares about its residents, its nonprofits, its community. I know that we'll be able to address the needs for the coming 50 years and beyond. thank you again for this honor. We have several board members here tonight, and I'm going to say, just like Sam, I may be the face of VTAC, the one that comes up and says the final words, but I stand on the backs of so many volunteers, and many of them of our board members are here tonight. If you're here, I'm gonna do a Sam. We'll start calling that. We'll create this, and I'm gonna ask any of our board members are here to come up and have this photograph with us too, because you have been so critical to VTAC's success, and I appreciate the support that you've offered us. So please come on up. And again, to the chamber, to all of you, to the community, thank you so much for this honor and for your support all throughout the year. Thank you.
As always, My Burbank thanks you for watching this and all of our other video presentations, and we ask that you please like and subscribe to support our channel.